Good morning, television family. Thanks for starting your day with us here on the NCWLIFE channel. I hope you ended your day with us last night. That's how most people do it. When they go to bed and they turn off their TV. When they turn on the TV the next morning, whatever channel was there is still there. And that's us. I am Dan Kuntz. It is Wednesday, 21st day of May, 2025. Very pleasant morning. Quite a bit of sunshine, 48 degrees, a little bit of a wind. Nice day today. Lots of sunshine, just a little breeze here and there. Temperature, a couple of degrees below normal. We hit 67 yesterday. Our normal high is 73. We'll be a little warmer than 67, but we're not going to get to 73. Very quick moving low pressure system is going to come in tonight. It's going to cloud us up, maybe give us a little bit of rain. That would be tonight, all day Thursday. It exits Thursday night, and then we have a gorgeous Memorial Day weekend coming up. Things will start warming up big time on Friday. We'll be near 80 on Saturday and Sunday, Monday into the mid 80s. People are going to be taking to the water, which is cold. But the unofficial start of summer for the 3-day weekend coming up looks really good. Thank you, Mother Nature. Maybe we deserve it. News, whether you deserve it or not, we're going to do it. We'll have that for you. Sports, Mariner highlights, none. They didn't score. What's the point? They got the game in. It was a rain delay for about an hour and a half, and they played the game, and the White Sox beat them. But a nice victory for the Wenatchee Panther boys soccer team. They move on to the quarterfinals. They dispatched Olympia last night. We'll have highlights of that, plus post-game reaction and all the other prep action as well. When we get to sports, we have a brand new opinion from Mike Mad Dog Mignotti. You've never seen it because we've never aired it. Mike's going to reflect on all the opinions he has done on this show. Turns out he kept track. I didn't. And in the back half of the program, we had a chance a couple of days ago to pop on down and visit our friends at Hope Chest. Hope Chest is a free clothing store for foster parents. Kids get into the system. They are sent to a foster home. They normally need clothes. Karen Hughes runs a Hope Chest. It's good folks. They have a fundraiser coming up on June 1st with the Glad Song Community Choir. Love those guys, and gals too for that matter. And we also had a chance to talk not only with Karen, but with a Crystal McNaught, who is a foster parent, to talk about what that is all about. So a very good interview, a very important interview will air in the back half of the program. Let's take our tour. Let's head around the valley in north central Washington. Beautiful morning today. Lots of sunshine. Love with these longer days. 5:17 was sunrise this morning. Sunset tonight will be at 8:39. That's 15 hours and 22 minutes of daylight, an additional 2 minutes and 12 seconds for those of you who keep track. And as I mentioned already, we hit 67 yesterday. We've had 6 consecutive days now with our afternoon high below normal, oftentimes well below normal. And it was a little cool yesterday too. We got all the way down to 43, but it's a beautiful morning this morning. It's going to be a nice day today before that low pressure system comes in tonight into Thursday. Camera number 2. Oh, I like that. Lake Wenatchee, how are you? It looks like the snow is almost all but gone on the north face of Dirty Face Mountain. Of course, the north face gets very little direct sunlight and is pretty high up there in elevation, so it takes a while for the snow to dissipate, but it's dissipating as we speak. You can see a little sliver of Fish Lake, just a little bit in the far right-hand corner of your screen. Always beautiful view up Lake Wenatchee way. Our third camera takes us to Stein Hill. Thank you very much, Josiah, because they're going to be doing some construction on that highway that you see right there on Highway 2 between milepost 107 and 109. That's basically the part of the US 2 that runs right alongside Dryden. They're going to be working all day today, so you're going to see some traffic delays and some single traffic control, you know, that kind of stuff on that 2-mile stretch that you see right there that runs right in front of Dryden. They're going to get going at 8 o'clock this morning. They'll go to about 5 o'clock tonight. So you'll see single lane traffic, alternating traffic. They are paving sections of that highway that you see, Highway 2 in front of Dryden. They're not all of it, just sections of it. And because of that, be prepared for a little slow going as you head on US 2 in either direction as you go by Dryden. And finally, camera number 4. Biddy Goat, USA. Gorgeous, beautiful view up there. I could just look at this camera all day and not work, but then I wouldn't get paid, and who's kidding who? I like to eat. I'm kind of into that. Good morning, mighty Columbia River and the Medhow River. Not exactly mighty, but at least the Medhow does sort of flow like a river, as unlike the Columbia, which is basically a series of reservoirs, since there's like, what, 18 dams on the Columbia now? Not like it used to be 100 odd years ago, but it is what it is. Good morning to our friends up north. Omak, you are at 45 right now. Quick slide from the National Weather Service, as I mentioned already. tomorrow, we're going to see some clouds and maybe some rain, and we need the rain. The low pressure system that's going to come in actually overnight tonight is going to go all the way through until overnight Thursday into Friday, and then we are set up for a nice warming trend. Will be Friday anyway. We're looking at maybe 75, maybe. It depends on how cool we get on Thursday night. Then we're going to be kissing 80 for the Wenatchee Valley on Saturday, and we'll be into the 80s without any problems at all Sunday and Memorial Day Monday, and probably right on into Tuesday as well. People are going to want to head to the water, and that's cool. The water might be quite refreshing once we get to the mid-80s on Sunday and Monday. That being said, the water, regardless of where you're at, is cold. It's very cold. It's essentially melted snow, and it's still well into May. From the National Weather Service, here we go. It looks something like this. Sunshine today, about 68 or so, just a little bit below normal. Not a lot of wind. Very nice day today. I'm liking this. A slight chance of a little bit of light rain. The low pressure rolls in tonight. The cloud covers will keep us pretty mild, 52 for the overnight low. Cloudy in the morning and a chance of rain in the morning on Thursday. Gradually, the sun will come out. By 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, we should see some sunshine on Thursday, but we do have a 30% chance of rain, and that would be in the morning hours. So basically it's half and half. Morning, clouds and rain. Afternoon, sun and dry. As I mentioned before, this low pressure system is moving very rapidly. It's going to come in. It's going to be out of here by Thursday night, and then there we go. Look at Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. From 72 to 77 to 84 to 84 to 81. Overnight lows and afternoon highs well above normal once we get to Saturday. Can't ask for a nicer weekend than that. All right, we're going to take a 2-minute break. When we come back, what the heck is going on around here? In this line of work, we call it the news. And it's next. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCWLIFE channel.
A ductless unit from Carrier can keep anyone comfortable. Take Shelly, for instance. She finds me time in her new attic-turned-home gym. And with her Carrier ductless unit, the temperature is always perfect. No matter how intense her workout gets. Carrier. Total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
Hi, I'm Amanda Walden with A. Walden Insurance Group. Medicare can be overwhelming, but you don't have to figure it out alone. I've been helping people understand their Medicare options for over a decade. Medicare isn't a one-size-fits-all. I'll help you understand your coverage options so you can feel confident in your decisions. Let's find the right Medicare plan for you. Call me today or come and see me at my office located on South Chelan Avenue in Wenatchee between the YMCA and the Social Security office. I look forward to meeting you soon.
Tour Moses Lake just a gas tank away. With its abundance of outdoor activities, Moses Lake is a great place to visit. From fishing and boating to exploring the city's attractions, there is no shortage of things to do. Whether you're enjoying any one of the variety of restaurants with the family or an adventure-filled day with friends, Moses Lake has something for everyone. TourMosesLake.com and start your adventure today.
Central Washington Water understands the power of healing waters. If part of your wellness routine includes hot heat from a sauna, Central Washington Water now carries indoor and outdoor infrared and hot rock saunas by Tilo. Research shows there are many health benefits to a cold plunge after a good workout or relaxing time in your sauna. Harness the power of water in a hot spring spa, plug-and-play spas, a Tilo sauna, or a cold plunge tub. Stop by Central Washington Water, your wellness experts.
It's a very pleasant spring morning, 48 degrees, bountiful sunshine. That's the case all day today. We'll be upper 60s. A very quick moving low pressure system comes in tonight. It'll be gone by Thursday night, and then nothing but gobs of gooey good sunshine and warm temperatures on Friday and right into the weekend. Just about 10 minutes after the hour, the work of the Washington State Legislature is done. Well, they
this session we made investments.
About a month ago, of course, they adjourned, but yesterday Governor Bob Ferguson actually signed the state's operating budget, so it's a done deal. Billions of dollars in new taxes. From the Olympia News Bureau, Murrow News fellow Albert James shows us the governor's thought process as he signed the budget over the spending plan and what's probably going to happen in the next legislative session.
This session, we made investments in issues that are critical to Washingtonians. We also made hard, but I think fiscally responsible choices.
Governor Ferguson says the $77.9 billion budget he signed into law Tuesday was one of balancing cuts with new taxes. It relies on nearly $9 billion in new revenue over the next 4 years from increased capital gains and estate taxes, expanding sales taxes to more services, and bumping up taxes on businesses. While he only vetoed one portion of the revenue package, the governor acknowledged adjustments to the tax bills could be needed next session.
We've heard from a lot of folks in these past few weeks, and we're going to make sure that we have a lengthy conversation with folks on each of those revenue streams to make sure that that there are not any unintended consequences.
Business groups argue the tax increases will ultimately be passed on to consumers through higher costs and only adds on to challenges coming from tariffs and trade threats from the federal government.
It exacerbates what was already going to be a difficult business environment by adding more costs on top of it and more uncertainty.
Republicans criticized the governor for signing the budget and tax increases, believing Ferguson went back on promises of affordability and fiscal responsibility. In a statement, Senator Nikki Torres of Pasco said in part, quote, "By approving both the budget and tax increases today, he is making Washington even more unaffordable." With an updated revenue forecast due next month, the governor says he's, quote, "not optimistic the state's financial situation will improve." He's also weary of federal funding cuts forcing lawmakers to change the budget before reconvening in January, but believes spending cuts and maintaining the state's rainy day fund will help them out.
The federal government could do something dramatic where we need to take a look at our situation. That said, I feel we've done everything we could to prepare ourselves for that.
In Olympia, I'm Albert James reporting.
School districts in Chelan County are seeing a major loss in funding after a federal program was not reauthorized by Congress. The Secure Rural Schools program provides money to counties for schools, road maintenance, and other services from funds generated by timber production or grazing on U.S. Forest Service land. Well, without the reauthorization, the Forest Service was required to lower SRS payments to states. Last fiscal year, Chelan County received about $1.1 million in funding from the program. This fiscal year, the county only received a little over $98,000. Wenatchee is the school district most impacted by the cuts. They're going to lose about $276,000, and the distribution to the county's roads and natural resources budgets will decrease by over $579,000. Police say a 19-year-old Bridgeport man has been named as the primary suspect in a gunfire incident Friday in East Wenatchee. It happened near the intersection of 3rd Street Northeast and North Georgia Avenue. That's when shots were fired during an altercation involving a group of about 10 people. Police made 9 arrests that night, including that of Alexander Flores Aguilar, allegedly pointed out by witnesses as the person firing the handgun. No one was injured in the chaos. Douglas County court records show 4 adults and 5 juveniles were taken into custody. Charges have been filed or are pending against 3 of the youths in juvenile court. Flores Aguilar remains jailed on a $225,000 bond, and he faces a possible charge of gross misdemeanor criminal mischief. Prosecutors could file that count by the close of business today. Residents of Washington State's 12th Legislative District are invited to a town hall next month to hear from their elected officials. State Senator Keith Gaynor and Representatives Mike Steele and Brian Burnett will come together in Kashmir on June 4th. The event will provide a summary of the 2025 legislative session, updates on key issues affecting the 12th District, and attendees will get a chance to ask questions and share concerns with their lawmakers. The main topics include the state budget, tax increases, transportation funding, education, and other items. The event will take place at the Kashmir Riverside Center from 6 to 7:30. Starting this holiday weekend, your excursion into the Okanagan-Wenatchee National Forest, cashless. Still got to pay, you just don't pay. Public lands under the U.S. Forest Service are transitioning away from check-in stations where visitors drop cash payments into the little envelope there into the slot, and that's how they buy a permit. Instead, they're going to rely on an app called recreation.gov. It's a mobile app. So once a user scans a QR code, the app will allow for digital payments at recreation sites, including campgrounds, trailheads, and day use areas throughout the National Forest. The Forest Service says once loaded onto a smartphone, the app is designed to work offline. So if you're in an area without cellular or Wi-Fi access, it'll still work. Visitors will still be able to use recreation passes such as the America the Beautiful Pass and the Northwest Forest Pass. Speaking of passes, the price of a Washington State Discover Pass is going up for the first time in more than a decade. Governor Bob Ferguson signed legislation last week to raise the cost of the pass from $30 to $45. That starts in October. The Discover Pass grants a year's parking access to Washington State Parks, Fish and Wildlife, and Department of Natural Resources land. The State Parks Office says the move was brought on by Washington's multi-billion-dollar budget shortfall. It should increase the revenue from the pass program from $6.8 million this year to $10.4 million by the year 2035. And 3 relatives have opened 3 independent shops at the Side Street Business Complex in Cashmere. The owners of Cashmere Records, Brass Bound Collective, and Understory Bookshop, they're all part of the same extended family. They've launched their businesses alongside one another. For some, working alongside a relative might drive them apart, but these 3 say the experience has only drawn them closer.
As our relationship in terms of where we lie in the siblings, we're next to each other. And growing up, we were mostly like the youngest. So we were like best friends most of our lives. And honestly, I don't think much has changed. We're older and wiser, but we still crack the same kind of jokes and still have the same dynamic.
We met working at an outlet mall together in Texas, and I was his manager.
Mm-hmm. She was the boss.
I was the boss. And that was
and
13 years ago.
That's it.
We got married like 2.5 years ago.
I feel like we've always gotten along. I don't remember there ever being a time that we weren't.
No, I think we've always gotten along like just easy friends.
Mm-hmm.
Mary and I have always had a very similar personality. So it makes sense to me that that they would get along really well because, you know, obviously she's somewhat of a fan of my personality.
Yeah.
And I feel like John's always been braver than I am. Sorry.
I love you.
I love you. I've always been very inspired to be around them. They just naturally are incredibly creative, amazing people, and they've always just, I think just seeing them be themselves and live very authentically allowed me permission to realize that I could also lean into that creativity and be more myself.
So I've been finding pretty often that customers are coming in groups, as they do, and I'll have someone in the record store that is like, oh, I'm the book friend, or I'm the book one, you know, they're the record one, and vice versa, you know, which I think it helps having them really close, but I think we're starting to realize that our customers are either living together, in a relationship together, siblings together, or friends, you know.
I feel like maybe with them being so close and you can see essentially every part of both stores from either one, that it, I think, keeps that in people's minds. While they're in one, they're also being like, oh, there's probably something in the other as well that I can go look at.
We have ride or dies. You know, no matter what needs to be done, it's like, all right, I guess that's what we're doing, you know, and that's something that people have, I'm sure, come across that in business, met someone who would go like that, but I doubt that it's very often. And in our particular case, that was priceless. Mm-hmm. If siblings or family members have an idea, then yeah, I'd highly recommend it. It depends on the people in the dynamic. We all work very hard to communicate well and to respect each other's different mindsets, different approaches, different working styles, even different communication styles. And that's messy.
Yeah.
You know, it's messy and, you know, scrappy sometimes, but at the end of the day, like we're all working for the greater good and working on how we treat each other and interact with each other and working on that work relationship as we go. And if you're not doing that, then I wouldn't recommend it at all, because the passion of family and stuff, if you aren't focusing on those things, you'll probably just end up screaming at each other and the store will never get open, you know.
And that is the news on this Wednesday. If you want to stay in the loop, watch the news tonight. 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock, the NCWLIFE Evening News, 5, 6, and 10 on TV. Also available online. This World Wide Web thing, it's going to catch on. I'm on record. This internet stuff, it's going to be huge. You can watch the news by logging on to our homepage, ncwlife.com, right around 5 o'clock, on our Facebook page, YouTube page. You know the routine by now. A lot of people do watch the news online. We discovered this. And if you're out and about and you think something might be newsworthy, you send us an email, news@ncwlife.com. Mariners played, but good night for the Wenatchee High School boys soccer team. It's on to the quarterfinals. Sports is next. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCWLIFE channel.
The Surf and Slide Water Park is open from Memorial Day through Labor Day. Surf and Slide is located in the heart of Central Washington in Moses Lake with activities for all ages and abilities. Check out Surf and Slide's Flow Rider Surfing Simulator, Lazy River, 2 200-foot water slides, tube slides, and diving boards. Our children's area includes a Treasure Island water structure, splash pad, and baby octopus slide. For season passes, visit us online or find Surf and Slide on Facebook.
Craving fresh Asian comfort food? Steam Panda is Wenatchee's popular, family-friendly Asian restaurant. They focus on providing guests with delicious, healthy, fresh, and natural dishes for an affordable price. It's time to enjoy one of their many popular house-made soup dumplings, ramen noodles, or pho dishes. And make sure to ask about their lunch and chef specials on sushi rolls. Steam Panda's Hawaiian poke bowl and salads are excellent with your favorite boba tea. Stop by or order online at Steam Panda today.
Caught in a conflict? Family, workplace, neighbor, business, housing disputes? Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center provides mediation services, a cost-effective and efficient way to provide a written resolution to disputes and issues. Plus, we offer mediation training and community education on conflict resolution and communication skills. Contact us to learn more.
Right now at Les Schwab Tires, it's the Best for Less sales event. Save up to $120 instantly on a set of 4 tires. Choose from a wide selection of our longest-lasting, best-performing tires, and every tire is covered by America's best tire warranty. With a 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no-hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. It's our best deal on our best tires with the best service in the business. Get more from less.
Sports at 23 minutes after the hour. The Mariner bats went cold. It was a cold and raw night in Chicago last night. They lost 1-0 to the White Sox. It was a game that was delayed an hour and a half because of heavy rain. So the loss ends the Mariners' 4-game winning streak, and it marks just the second time Seattle has been shut out this season. The Mariners and the White Sox wrap up the 3-game set this morning at 11:10. Although rain is in the forecast, we shall see. Rookie Logan Evans will start for Seattle. The White Sox will counter with Shane Smith. They had a great chance to make up some ground, or at least put a little more distance between themselves and the rest of the AL West, but that didn't happen. Rangers lost to the Yankees 5-2. Astros lost to the Rays 3-2, but the Angels, suddenly playing pretty good baseball, beat the A's 7-5. Well, the Wenatchee Panthers wasted little time scoring its first goal of the state 4A boys soccer tournament last night. Chani Vega put the Panthers on the board in the 5th minute on a free kick that led to Wenatchee's eventual 5-0 victory. Jace Williams followed Vega's goal in the 10th minute with the first of what proved to be a hat trick on the night. Big crowd. Enthusiastic crowd at Lee Bofta Field at the Apple Bowl. Wenatchee led at the break 2-0, then added 3 more goals in the second half while pitching a shutout.
the counters. This is number 7.
Coach Miguel Villamonte said getting on the board early was key to help Wenatchee's momentum. He admitted to getting caught up in the excitement himself after Vegas scored the game's first goal.
Oh man, I tell the guys we have to lead every single game, because when you lead, you control the game, right? And getting that first goal was meant everything for us. I mean, our bench went crazy, I went crazy, and I normally don't celebrate goals out that intensely, but yeah, it was a special one.
Oh, it's huge, it's huge. The momentum we got from that goal is crazy, and then I think it led us to this 5-0 victory, so yeah. Having all the fans, the whole community here supporting us, the soccer program, and like we thrived off energy like that, so.
It's awesome seeing the community come together for one sport, you know, especially soccer. I mean, historically we're pretty good, but making the state tournament is something special, and just seeing how much this means to all of our fans and all of the students, it means a lot to us.
We watched a little film on them separately. Each individual watched a little film, and I think it really helped throughout the game, knowing what's to come and what we're against.
I want to give credit to Olympia. They're a really good team. Unfortunately, they got a red card 25 minutes in, and I mean, always playing one man down at a state tournament is very difficult. So, I mean, they fought hard, and my respect to them.
We put a lot of effort, training. I mean, it's just an unsurreal feeling right now. It's like we're not done yet, but we just keep going.
Panthers move on to the quarterfinals on Saturday against the #1 seed Tahoma Bears. Tahoma, as you see there, eliminated Eastmont 2-1 last night. In fact, all the local teams lost with the exception of Wenatchee. They move on to the quarterfinals, and Quincy, who hasn't played yet, they'll take on North Kitsap in the two-way tournament tonight at 6 o'clock. We learned yesterday that no matter what happens with the Bighorns of Montana this weekend, they will host a TBL play-in game on Tuesday. The second-place Bighorns will host third-place Seattle in a playoff play-in game at Wenatchee Valley College, 7 o'clock. The winner will advance to face Great Falls in the best-of-3 playoffs for the Pacific Northwest Division Championship. We will be there on Tuesday. Grant Olson with the call pregame at 6:45. And we are just 9 days away from opening night of the Wenatchee Apple Sox at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. The Sox are coming off, of course, a WCL North Division title and a loss to the Portland Pickles in the 9th inning for the championship. Here's a little trip down memory lane.
Andrew Monson trying to finish up the work of Cam Hoyland and give Cam the win here tonight, and more importantly, extend Wenatchee's season by at least one more game. Here we go. 1-2 the count. Pitch on the way, swing on and miss, and it ends in a strikeout. It all comes down to this pitch right here. Does the game get extended, or is it over right now? The pitch by Busic. Swing on and miss. Beautiful curveball.
Listen to the crowd. Oh my gosh. What an exciting game, huh, Eric?
Don't need to say a word. And the way the season has been between these two teams, how appropriate that it's a 1-0 ball.
Yes. Yeah.
They had two games at Bellingham. 1-0. Bellingham won both of those.
Yeah.
Now here tonight, Wenatchee wins a 1-0 contest.
To break the tie for the season as well, right? Now
right.
Puts us at 4-3.
So the Apple Sox will advance to the West Coast League Championship.
Delaney fires, swung on, hit the opposite way, down the right field line, fair ball into the corner. Here comes Hartman around third. He scores. Big Cave James into second. Wenatchee takes the lead in the top of the 9th. Here's the pitch from Quincy Vassar. 2 down. He deals inside for ball 4. And this one is tied. Connor Stewart to the plate. 2 down in the bottom of the 9th. The pitch. Swinging a tapper towards short. Morisaki bobbles, and that's the season.
It was a lot of fun last year, was it not? We start all over again 1 week from Friday. In fact, here is our broadcast schedule, by the way, for Apple Sox baseball on the NCWLIFE channel. We're going to be aggressive. We've got 9 games on the schedule, including opening night. against the Pippins all the way through the first day of August. Go Sox, and those are just some of the games that people are playing at 31 minutes after the hour. For your obscure holiday today, I am a notorious over-tipper. When I go out to eat, especially at a nicer restaurant or even not so nice restaurant, I always over-tip because I always have respect for the wait people, the waiters and the waitresses who bring me their food because they're doing a job I couldn't do. Today is their day. Today is National Wait Person Day. Today, it's not an easy job. You have to work odd hours, long nights, weekends, holidays. You don't get paid a little bit. And for, of course, a lot of restaurants, all the tips go into a communal jar. So there's a distinct possibility that when you give your tip to your waiter or your waitress, it's split among the people who wash the dishes and bust the tables and the bartender and that kind of stuff. So today is your day today, National Wait Person's Day today. It's 32 minutes after the hour. Today in history. Lucky Lindy does it. 98 years ago, May 21st, 1927, Charles Lindbergh touches down at Le Bourget Field in Paris, completing the world's first solo nonstop flight across the Atlantic Ocean. It would make him a worldwide celebrity and fame for the rest of his life. He said the most dangerous part of the entire trip was when it was over. He was almost mobbed to death on the field. The folks in France loved him, and he pulled it off. Lindbergh does it. May 21st, 1927. One of the greatest albums of all time landed on record stores on this date, 1971, a landmark recording of the 1970s, a signpost to the decade. I have, I don't know, 7 or 8 copies of What's Going On. I'm afraid I might wear one out. Then I got to go get another one. What's Going On by Marvin Gaye is released. Everybody should have that in their record collection, or like me, have half a dozen or so you know you're covered. Marvin Gaye, What's Going On, in record stores 54 years ago today. 33 years ago today, after 30 seasons, Johnny Carson hosted his penultimate episode, the last one that featured guests. Robin Williams and Bette Midler were the last guests on The Tonight Show. Of course, the final Tonight Show the next day on Friday was just Johnny. That was 33 years ago today. And 8 years ago today, May 21st, 2017, at the Nassau Veterans Memorial Coliseum on Long Island, after 146 years, the Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey Circus performed their final show with animals. And then they shut the whole thing down for about 7 or 8 years, and it was relaunched 2 years ago without animals, just acrobats and other stuff. The last circus with animals from the Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey Circus. And we got birthdays. One heavenly birthday, Raymond Burr, born and raised in British Columbia. Of course, Perry Mason. Raymond Burr, born in the state in 1917. He actually auditioned for the role of Hamilton Burger, the district attorney. The producer said, we want you to play Perry Mason, but you're too fat. So go lose 60 pounds and come back. So he went out and lost 60 pounds, went on a diet. He returned, he tested and read for the Perry Mason character. He got it, and it made him a television legend. Bobby Cox, 4th all-time in victories. He won a world championship, 5 pennants, 4 times Manager of the Year. A really cool guy. Baseball Hall of Fame, the great Bobby Cox is 84. And I pity the fool who doesn't remember today is Mr. T's birthday, the youngest of 12 children who grew up in abject poverty. And he made himself a household name. He's 73 years old today. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. They are our platinum sponsors. Mike Bernardi's brand new opinion is coming your way, and then we visited with our friends at the Hope Chest. Karen Hughes runs the place, and Crystal McNaught is a foster parent. You're going to get to know both of these lovely young ladies when we come back. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCWLIFE channel.
You trust the same doctor for your health and the same dentist for your smile. Trust Global Car Care to keep your vehicle running strong. We track your car's history so it gets the right care at the right time. With our 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty on parts and labor, you'll drive away with confidence. Global Car Care, your automotive experts. We service all makes and models, but specialize in Sprinter vans, Mercedes, Audi, Volkswagen, and BMW. Call or visit us today.
Oh, happy day, Wenatchee Valley. Collins Fashions is looking forward to our famous summer weather. We are fully stocked with shorts, capris, skirts, tees, and tanks. Summer dresses have all arrived in many styles and colors. Special occasion dresses are on full display, and we have something for everyone. Collins is your Brighton headquarters with jewelry, handbags, charms, and sunglasses. We invite you to visit Collins, where fun meets fashion in downtown Wenatchee.
Welcome to Boswell's, where you'll find quality furnishings for every room in your home. Customers ask, do you have solid wood options? Yes, they do. Bamboo, maple, acacia, cherry, mahogany. With 2 floors of quality furniture and complimentary design services, Boswell's design team can create a home that's uniquely yours. For almost a century, people have chosen Boswell's for their quality and customer service. Boswell's Furniture, it's closer than you think.
This is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. When NCWLIFE came on the air in 2016, Dan Kuntz started his show, Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Dan asked me to do this bit called Everyone's Entitled to Mike Mad Dog Magnotti's Opinion, and I've been doing it ever since. I recently checked and estimated that I have given my opinion on over 300 different topics. Who possibly could be filled with that much hogwash that he thinks it's interesting enough to share? I don't know if I want to answer that one. This is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and that's my opinion.
Hey there folks, Blueberry Carrie here to invite you on out to Blueberry Hills to experience some real treats. Take a look at our homemade cream pies, our amazing cheesecakes, and don't forget our famous banana pudding. Remember, we're more than just great treats. People come from all over the world to experience what has been called one of the best destination restaurants in the Pacific Northwest. So come on out and see what all the fuss is about. Blueberry Hills in Manson. It's where the world is coming to.
Welcome to the Gilded Lily home, where something extraordinary is waiting for you. The Gilded Lily offers a unique collection of hand-selected, carefully curated items to help you celebrate all of life's special moments. From the budding chef to the home decorator to that very special occasion, there is an abundance of delightful gifts waiting for you. The Gilded Lily home, where you can step in for inspiration and leave with beautiful items to brighten any area of your home.
When you've been in business for 40 years, it's because you understand change and you put members first, always. Now Works is announcing a change in their membership model. Up to 6 people on one membership that you can mix and match. The more people, the bigger the discounts. Introducing the Works shared membership model. One membership, friends and family and flexibility. Works, the cleanest, friendliest, most helpful gyms you and your friends will ever join.
Welcome back to the program. If you have no plans on June 1st, you do now. We'll talk about that in just a little bit because the Glad Song Community Choir is doing their thing again. It's another fundraiser. Good, kudos to those guys, to Tim for volunteering and his amazing choir for volunteering their talents for local nonprofits. And they're going to do it again on the 1st, and benefiting on the concert on the 1st is, well, Karen, introduce yourself to our TV family.
Okay. I'm Karen Hughes, and I'm with Hope Chest of Wenatchee. And we are a free clothing store for foster families and relative caregivers. And most of our items are donated items.
And this organization did not exist 10 years ago.
Correct. It didn't exist.
So who got together and said, we need to do something, because the kids who are going into the foster care system for most of the time, almost without exception, don't have much of anything, especially clothes. Who realized there was a need to be filled?
It really started with a foster social worker named Jen Thomason. She really just that was kind of her area, working with foster families, and she knew there was a need. And so I said, well, let's just start a committee meeting and let's go from there. And we brainstormed, and then kind of a fluke. Someone mentioned the location we're at, that there might be room for us, and we've had this donated space. We've been here the entire time, 8.5 years.
And it is jam full of clothes, but you still, the need is always there, right?
Yes. We really don't limit how much someone can take. We say take what you need, but not more than you need. And some people say, well, I only do laundry every couple weeks. So we let them leave here with 10, 12 outfits that they need. And some clothing stores only allow, like 3 items or 5 items. 10 items total. We let people leave with bags full if that's what they feel they need. So right now we're a little slim pickings for some reason on the grade school age, 5 through 14 kind of stuff. We have a good amount of baby stuff and teen stuff, but grade school kids are hard on their clothes.
Yeah.
And so we're doing this fundraiser because there is sometimes holes in what's donated. Like we can always use athletic shorts and athletic pants and pajamas. The only thing that has to be new is obviously underwear. If we have slightly used socks, we're okay with that. But it's nice to have new socks. We just like to bless these kids and these families with nice new things.
5 to 14 is actually a nice little area of time because kids also outgrow their clothes too, and that you might have a box or two of old clothes that there's not another brother or sister younger than you that's going to get the hand-me-downs, and now what I'm going to do with these.
Yeah, people appreciate being able to donate. Not saying anything bad against Goodwill or any of the other thrift stores, but people say, oh, I'd love to give where I think there's really a local need. And so we get some amazing generous donations, and some people spend a lot of money on their kids, and we get to be the recipient of some beautiful clothes.
You mentioned 5 to 14, male or female, or both genders?
Both. Yeah, this is what's in front of us right here, and it's, we're getting a little slim right now for spring clothes. So we change out the season, in March, April, we put out our summer clothes and shorts and swimsuits, and in the winter we put out the long sleeves, the jackets, the snow pants, the boots.
How many people are involved in your organization? I mean, it's all volunteer. Nobody's getting paid a dime.
Correct.
And you're putting in a lot of hours. How many folks make this whole thing happen?
Well, we're open 3 shifts, 2-hour shifts, and we have 2 to 3 people for each shift. We try for about 3 so they can kind of cover for each other. So I actually have 9 kind of regular volunteers, and then I have 5 subs. We like to have at least 2 people here, be 2 deep on volunteers so that they're not here alone.
And how do you end up on other people's radars? How do they know that you folks exist as kids enter into the foster system, and hopefully not there very long, but how do they know you're around?
Are you asking about foster parents, how they know?
Yeah, I mean, how do people just in general, I mean, how does anybody know that this exists?
Let's start with foster parents. The social workers have gotten really good about giving them our information as a resource, and so that's really good. And we allow not just the foster families, but there's kind of a new movement in the state as people who follow foster care is relatives. They're doing more and more relative placements. So I did my statistics for the last couple months, and it looks like about 20% of our visits are maybe relative caregivers. The number may be higher because they're actually licensing relatives, so they then become under the foster system. So they might be signing in as a foster parent, but they're actually an aunt or grandma.
Yeah,
or a sibling.
Yeah, with a generational divide in between.
Yeah.
So
the word is getting out that way. As far as donations, just amazing word of mouth, how fast our Facebook site, people share, when we say we have a need, they'll share it on their Facebook, and friends tell friends, especially if they have, friends, hey, share your clothes when your kids outgrow them. It's a good cause, and we're always happy to connect with people.
It's hard to believe it's only been around 9 years, and of course you're serving a big geographical area. It's not just the Wenatchee Valley. People are coming from all over the place to clothe their foster children.
We have a couple regulars that come from Moses Lake. We had someone come from Warden.
Wow.
We have had Brewster and Omak and Okanagan area. I think Seattle and Spokane have similar type of clothing stores. There is a gal trying to start a Hope Chest up in Omak.
Oh, good. Well, obviously the need is there.
Yeah. So we've been sharing some of our extras with her, getting her ready for an opening.
Again, the Glad Song Community Choir, great folks. They've been around for about 5 or 6 years. They do about 4 or 5 of these a year, just benefit concerts for the reach out to who got a hold of who got a hold of Tim and say, hey, can you come join us, Tim?
My husband runs a nonprofit, and Tim's done a concert for him twice as a fundraiser. The last few years, they've actually done 10 concerts a year. Wow. This year, they only have 4. So if someone does run a nonprofit, if they go on their Glad Songs webpage, there's a place where they can reach out and contact him if someone is interested in reaching out to Tim Meyer. So I messaged him and said, hey, we're not a nonprofit, we're volunteers. Would you consider sponsoring, supporting us in doing this concert?
Again, the concert is going to be, where's it going to be at?
It is going to be at Hope Church at the corner of Palouse and Chelan at 11 North Chelan Avenue.
In the main room?
In their main sanctuary. And it's starting at 6, and we are guessing it would be till 8. We'll have a brief intermission where we'll share about Hope Chest, and we'll have some refreshments. And
it's pay what you want. Pay what you want. You can pay $1, you can pay $100.
Right. You don't need a ticket. We're asking for cash donations, or bring a new item. Bring a package of new socks, any size. We have foster babies that are preemies. We have foster children that are teens that are very large and 3X. So we have 3X, preemie, anywhere in between that you want to bring something new, a couple new t-shirts.
Yeah, and it should be pointed out that gently used clothing is fine, new clothing is better. Especially for kids who are going through what they're going through.
Correct.
They would much rather have new clothes than
and by gently used, we are pretty picky. We don't like it stained, ripped, buttons missing, pilled. We all look at it, and if it has a dingy look to it, we don't put it out. If you go to thrift stores, we've had foster parents say, wow, it's pretty slim pickings at the thrift store that our stuff is actually better. And we try, and so we need to have those donations continue to keep coming in. With that parameter, we really like them clean and not the bottom of the barrel. Bring us her best so we can bless these families.
When we come back, we'll be talking to a foster parent and get a different perspective on what that's all about. That's when we come back. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back.
What's your awesome? Whatever it is, Washington Trust Bank can help you get there. Learn more at watrust.com/awesome.
Welcome back to the program. She's been bringing in foster children from all over our area for about 8-9 years now. Why? We're about ready to find out, because it is not an easy task. Introduce yourself to our television family.
My name is Crystal McNaught, and I've been a foster parent with my husband for about going on 8 years now.
8 years of being a foster parent. Kids come and go, transient lifestyle, difficult. You must be a super special person to do that, because not everybody can do this.
We do it for the kids. There's a need. These kids are coming from places that all different things, and it's very heartbreaking to see what they go through, and they need a home that can love on them and give them what they need, and that's why we do it.
Why do you do it? Talk to me. Go back 8 years ago. You and your husband were sitting around one day and said, we can do better than this?
We were actually sitting in church, and we were listening to a couple in our church talk about how they were convicted in the need of adopting a kid, and at that moment my husband and I were also convicted that we needed to help children, and we went home that day and signed up to foster. And we were starting within 2 weeks. We were going
That's
for a
remarkable,
license.
because the vetting process to become a foster parent is pretty intense. They just don't give the kids to anybody.
No. You go through a lot of training. You have home inspections that you have to do. There's a lot of invasive things that people are coming through your home, looking through everything, and they make sure that these kids are coming into a good home. And so it's a lot. And we were licensed, I think, about 3 months after we were done. We were on it and just did it. And then I think we were expecting a phone call right away, but we didn't. And then when we did, it was just, we never looked back.
The obviously the kids who go into the system, you want them out of the system as soon as possible. That rarely happens for various reasons. But this is something that for a lot of the kids, how do you know you're getting through to them? It's like, oh God, here we go, another temporary home.
You love on them and you give them what they were lacking at the home that they came from.
What's the
And
number one thing that they're lacking? When they come to you, can you pick up on this kid was simply shown no love or respect?
just showing that somebody cares about them is a huge thing.
Yeah.
And not raising your voice to them or not hitting them and showing them that you're actually listening to what their needs are.
You get calls all hours of the day and night?
You can, yes.
Yeah. Give me a typical case scenario. I know everyone is different, but just a general idea of what you have to go through.
Well, you get a phone call. It can be at whatever hour of the day it is. We've had them towards the end of the night, settling down, getting ready for bed. We've had them first thing in the morning. And when you get that phone call, you don't know a whole lot about what kid is coming in your home other than it's a boy or a girl, what age they are. When they come, you're waiting for them to arrive. And when they arrive, you're waiting to see, do they have anything with them?
And most of the time, they don't.
They don't. For our cases, 8 to 9 times they have come with the clothes on their back.
Because they just needed the authorities needed to get them out of that situation as quickly as possible.
Yep.
Simply no time to pack.
Nope.
My friend Mike Bernardi has told me stories in his law enforcement days. That's usually what the case is. The kids, if they're lucky enough, they can get a few personal items in a garbage bag, and that's about it.
It's a time, very short time that they're given to grab something if they can.
How many folks are involved in the foster parenting community here in North Central Washington? And do we need more? I suppose we always need more.
We always need more. I can tell you since COVID, our numbers have dropped significantly. I couldn't tell you the statistics on how many we have, but I know that it's very low.
Give me a good day. What's a good day in your world?
In our world, that all the kids are happy and that you see them smile and laugh and know that they're in a loving home.
You get that epiphany every once in a while? Does it happen that you got through to the kid?
Oh, yeah.
And the kid knows when they're here, they're safe?
Yes.
And then you think about it once they're gone?
Oh, yeah. I think about where all of them have gone and where they ended up. You don't always hear about all of them when they leave, but occasionally you do hear, and it definitely warms your heart to know that they're in a safe place still and that they're doing well.
Let's wrap up where we started with Karen with our previous interview. We're standing here with the racks and racks of clothes. Karen says there's still a need. I take it there's still a need.
Yes.
Even though we're sitting here with a lot of clothes, this is something that you need to talk about, and kids need clothes.
Yes. This place has been amazing for us. Being able, when you get a placement, you don't get a voucher right away to get them clothes. It takes a while to get it. So these women that volunteer here are amazing at making sure that everything's organized. You can come in, find what you need, and sometimes you don't. That's where the slim pickings kind of come in. A lot of the sizes that she said are the problem areas where we don't find as much of them. It has been amazing also to be able to bring those foster kids in and let them do the shopping themselves, and that warms their heart because they're like, well, I get this for free, and they're not used to that. So this place has been here for us, every child that we've brought into our home.
What's the skill set one needs to be a foster parent? What's the number one thing that you have to have?
I would say a caring heart, and to be willing to take whatever those kids give you. It's not an easy job.
It is not an easy job, and more power to you in that, and your husband for doing that as well. Again, the Glad Song Community Choir is going to be doing their concert at the Hope Church at the corner of Chelan and Palouse on the first day of June, 11 North Chelan. Facebook page for the Hope Chest, email address, we'll throw those up on the screen as well, QR code, and you can make a donation via Amazon. You can do that too. Best thing to do, go to the concert, enjoy the music, enjoy the fellowship, and write a big fat check so we don't have to come and see Karen every 6 months, although I might do it anyway. And how many do you have how many foster kids do you have right now?
Currently 1. I have 5 teenagers in my home.
Oh, wow.
I've got 3 biological. We just adopted our first foster kid in November, and then we have a 16-year-old placement.
And the kids are, the biological kids, they're all cool and everything?
Oh, yeah.
And
yeah, they've been doing it with us since we started.
so they get it too?
Yeah, they
Good.
totally understand.
Good. Plant that seed.
Yep.
That's what we want.
Yep.
Best of luck, and I hope you're not real busy.
No.
Yeah, that's my hope anyway. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back.
Highlander Golf Course and Grill, located in East Wenatchee, offers terrific views and challenging play for golfers at every skill level. From the golf course to the grill, you don't need to be a member to dine in style and play golf too. Highlander's well-groomed fairways and greens keep it difficult, yet friendly for your regular rounds of golf or a new destination for you and your out-of-town friends. Contact the Highlander Pro Shop today to schedule your tee time, outing, or tournament. Open 7 days a week, where everyone is welcome to play and eat.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether, we provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
Get a great deal on making the most of every property. The Kubota commercial landscape lineup is built to do more. From the RTVX utility vehicle to the Z700 mower to the SVL track loader. When your reputation is on the line, you need equipment that doesn't let you down. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment for 0 down, 0% APR for 48 months, or save up to $4,000.
.52 degrees in the big city. We'll be climbing up to the upper 60s today. Very nice day today. It's kind of an anomaly because a very rapidly moving low pressure system is going to come in tonight. Going to cloud us up a little bit on a Thursday morning, and then by Thursday afternoon it'll begin to exit the area. And boy, do we have a great weekend. One of the first things I do when I get up in the morning real early is I look at the weather forecast, and I was very happy when the National Weather Service sent me this little slide this morning to preview the holiday weekend, and it looks really good indeed. I guess the only sore spot out there, if you're camping, if you have outdoor plans in the mountains and specifically in the Idaho Panhandle, you might get a little rain on Saturday. We have none in the forecast for us here in the Wenatchee Valley. The lee of the Cascades are going to keep us high and dry, but no complaints at all about the forecast. A lot of people are going to be drawn to bodies of water, be it a Lake Chelan or whatever the case may be. If it's a natural body of water, friendly reminder, it's cold. It's really cold. So you get the idea, hey, it's like 85 degrees and I'm hot, I'm going to cool off. You might want to just use a little bit of caution before you jump into the deep end. I'm one of those people who jump into the deep end. I'm not much of a shallow water kind of guy, but you've probably figured that out. From the National Weather Service, that way if you don't like the weather, you can blame the government, but there's nothing to complain about here. 68 for the high today. Very nice day today. A little below normal. Our normal high is 73, but we'll take it. Then the clouds will begin to roll in while everybody's asleep. Could see some light rain tomorrow morning about sunrise. Thursday's a 50-50. Morning clouds, a little bit of rain by noon or 1 o'clock. The clouds will begin to thin out. By the end of the day, Thursday, the clouds will be gone, and then we set up for a gorgeous stretch of weather just in time for the 3-day weekend. For a lot of people, a 4-day weekend, taking Friday off. 72 Friday, 77 Saturday, mid-80s, Sunday, Monday, and into the 80s right on into Tuesday. I like it, and I'm looking forward to a 3-day weekend. It's been a long time. That's it for us. We'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.